Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode 91 of Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. What a busy week we've had.
What a busy day we've had today. Wow.
Oh my goodness, we're recording it a little bit late because we're absolutely shattered. We've been non-stop all day.
We have. It's a good day when you've been non-stop all day.
Yes, doing productive things.
Yes, we've done homely things.
Yeah. So last week we recorded the podcast Sunday morning because Sunday we went out to lunch. We were invited out to lunch by a friend of ours called Peter with Bev and Jamie and Carmel to G Wine in San Pedro.
Yeah, we've been there before a couple of times, but we've never really had a proper meal. We've had like bits and pieces.
Yeah, well, most of us had bits and pieces there. You and Jamie had the ribs, didn't you?
It wasn't ribs, it was a rib. It was a beef rib, and it was lovely.
It looked amazing. What's your thing?
Yeah.
Your kind of thing. I wouldn't have had something like that.
A bit like the Flintstones, basically.
Oh, God.
Felt like Fred.
Yes, whereas the rest of us shared so many delicious things. We had an oyster each. They do padron peppers with feta cheese on top, which was
they were
gorgeous.
unusual.
Really nice. I love their camembert balls. We tend to be into cheese balls recently. Don't know why.
Cheesy balls are very good, apparently.
Love a cheese ball. And they also do corn ribs, which I really like.
Yes, which I still haven't made because I'm scared of chopping my hand off.
Yeah, because they're really hard, corn on the cob, to cut.
Yes, so there's an art to it, and I haven't mastered that art, and I need to learn because they are great additions to any dish.
They're gorgeous. You need to speak to Amy.
Yes. Need lessons from Amy.
So corn ribs is basically corn on the cob, but cut into small bits, so they're like ribs, if you like, but they've got all the same flavouring on them. So they're vegetarian or vegan even, but they're stunning flavours when done right.
They are griddled, I think, or grilled. So they've got that sort of barbecue flavour.
Mm. We had some spring rolls that were really crispy and delicious, duck spring rolls, I think they do there. And we had some fried aubergine, and they were so thin, they were like crisps. Do you remember?
Yes, I think I did tuck into some of your sharing platter as well as eating my rib.
It was very good. So can definitely recommend G Wine in San Pedro. If you haven't been, you can go and get a meal, or you can go and share lots of dishes. Really, really good food. And they have a terrace outside. It was pretty chilly, actually, on the Sunday we were there, but they've got heaters, so we were nice and toasty.
Yeah, and as a name would suggest, they've got a good wine list as well.
Yeah, for sure. This week, a couple of interesting interviews I did on Monday, actually, because Monday was the 1st of December, which means that legally I can play Christmas songs on the radio.
Well, I don't know if it's illegal. It's just not done.
Frowned upon.
Very much frowned upon.
Yeah, I always like to wait till December. And I had two guests on Monday that were booked specifically for the 1st of December to talk about the Christmas countdown. Both really interesting. Zoe Clews, she's part of the Sisterhood, the group in the UK, the charity organisation that I went to in India. She didn't go to India, so I've never met her, but she knows Emma and lots of people who I went to India with. And she runs a hypnotherapy clinic in London.
And sleep.
But she specialises in like trauma and anxiety and things like that. And she wrote an article that she shared on her website that she also shared on the Sisterhood group. And it was all to do with leading up to Christmas and how Christmas isn't always a holly jolly time for some people, and sometimes it's a really stressful time, an anxious time, and sometimes a traumatic time. You know, not everybody had a great childhood Christmas, and Christmas gives them a massive amount of anxiety and stress. Sometimes you're forced to spend time with family who you really don't like and don't want to be with. And it was a really interesting and real article, so we had a good chat about that. And I also had Ingrid Jansen on, who joins me a few times a year. She runs the Declutter Hub, Hub. And she's always great, so I have her on at the beginning of December because we talk about preparing for Christmas and trying to get rid of the stress and the importance of writing lists, working out what food you need to buy, what presents you need to buy, and just getting organised so it's not a last-minute rush.
So writing a list is what I do when I travel, but you don't like what I do and you think I'm weird. And now you're promoting it as a great thing to do.
Yeah, I feel it's like one of those only moments that I wouldn't write a list, what to wear each day.
Well, we've covered this before, and that's why you always forget something, and I don't.
I don't generally forget something. I normally take a little bit too much. But last time we went, if you remember, you had too much. When we went to Bucharest, you were actually amazed that I wore everything that I took except for one item, and you didn't.
Okay, move on. Talking of Christmas, Whamageddon.
Whamageddon, is that a thing?
Yes, it's a big thing. So people are trying to get through Christmas without hearing Wham and Last Christmas.
Oh, I can think of much worse Christmas songs.
But that's what it's called. It's a Whamageddon thing. So some people have got X amount of days. But I'm telling you now, it's impossible.
Oh, it is impossible.
You just can't do. So I think at work, we said, okay, it's December, beginning of December. Put my playlist on and it's the first song on there. So I ruined it for everybody in the office that were hoping to get away with it.
There was a post that I saw shared on social media this week that made me smile. I thought sounded interesting, so I looked into it a little bit further. The post just said, Ireland will pay you $90,000 to start a new life in a quiet island. And I thought, it sounds dodgy for the fact that it says in a quiet island and not on a quiet island. Because you don't go in an island, do you? You're on an island.
Might have just been terminology.
Okay. Anyway, I thought that sounds interesting, so I looked into it. But it is definitely true. Ireland offers grants up to €84,000 through their Our Living Islands initiative. And basically, there's a fair amount of commitment to it, and it's quite specific. But you get a grant in order to renovate a vacant or derelict property on various remote islands in Ireland. You must commit to using this as your principal residence for at least 10 years, but it's still a really cool thing.
There are lots of islands in Ireland. I don't know one island in Ireland apart from Ireland. I mean, that's my ignorance, but I'm assuming...
No, maybe I've just been ignorant. Maybe they just mean island. No, because it says new life in a quiet island.
In a quiet part of Ireland?
No, because it was spelled ILISL, island.
We may have to research this more.
Oh, I'm really confused.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a really good point. I don't know if there are islands around Ireland.
I mean, I'm assuming there are because you've got little groups of islands around Scotland. So I assume there's similar things around Ireland.
But I can't think of it. I haven't, of all the geography questions and my knowledge on Ireland, which is better than some, I didn't know that there are any islands off Ireland. So I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry we are ignorant to our Irish listeners. I'm not sure now I've said that.
I think we better research this a little bit more before we tell you anything, because we don't want people nipping off and applying and never to be seen again.
They said, well, it says on remote, derelict homes on remote islands.
Okay.
So there must be little islands, little remote islands around Ireland.
Okay.
There must be. Okay. Whew, glad we can bring you all the breaking news on Marbella with him and her.
Fully researched, obviously.
Yes. So you may have noticed if you use Spotify, either to listen to music or to listen to podcasts like Marbella with him and her, this time of year they do something called Wrapped, as in WRAPPED, a kind of wrap up of the year, showing you the music that you've listened to the most and or the podcast that you've listened to the most, depending on what you use Spotify for. Now, I don't use Spotify to listen to podcasts. I listen to podcasts through the Apple podcast app. So I couldn't look it up, unfortunately, because that would have been really interesting to see. But it did show me the music that I listen to, and it tells you the age, that your predicted age based on the music that you listen to.
It's your music age, isn't it? I think they call it.
So it said mine was 57, which is your age.
Are we talking ages now?
Okay. Mine was 57, and it said because I listened to 80s music the most, which is interesting. And your age...
47.
Which is closer
because I listen to
to
Taylor
mine.
Swift all the time. I'm quite happy it came out of that. I was worried it was going to come out at like 21 or something.
Well, a lot of people did. Quite a few of my cool friends, clearly, were coming out in their 20s. And it also shows you the top artists, the top 5 artists that you listen to. And some of my friends that were coming out as aged in their 20s, it said the top 5 artists, and I hadn't heard of any of them.
There's one person, and we're not going to mention any names at all, but came out as age 75, and she is not 75. That's all I'm saying. You know who you are. You know who you've removed from your playlist. Leave it there.
And one of our other friends, Percy, who married us, his listening age was 87, I think, but he listens to a lot of classical music.
I think his general age is 87, to be honest.
In the nicest possible way. We love you, Percy. But a couple of people tagged us. I first became aware of the 2025 Wrapped on Spotify because Angela, one of our regular listeners from Scotland, tagged us saying that Marbella with him and her was her most listened to podcast, which was really cool. They're the couple that listened to us driving the whole way from Scotland to Spain when they bought a property.
One journey might have done it, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And Nicola as well, she tagged us because she said that it also came up that it was her most listened to podcast. So that was really thrilling to see, wasn't it?
Yes. Nice to see that people aren't bored of us yet.
Yes, absolutely. Give it time.
We'll do our best.
This Thursday, we celebrated 15 years of me hosting a weekly quiz at the Hogan Stand, which was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I mean, like some of our friends' kids are younger than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's crazy and quite a thing out here in Spain. You know, not a lot of people keep jobs for a long time. Not everybody lives out here for a long time. You know, a lot of people end up going back home to UK or Ireland or wherever.
Yeah, well, it goes to show that there's a big following for it. There's a lot of regular people that have become great friends literally through the quiz. It's more than a quiz. It's a social event. And, of course, it's in a fantastic venue, which is the Hogan Stand. So that helps make it more of a community.
Yeah.
You know, and people join in. So all in all, it works really well. And as we say, long may it continue. I mean, if it's another 15 years, not sure what
I'll be a lot older.
You and me both.
I was absolutely overwhelmed and blown away on the evening because my dad had written a little speech.
Yeah.
Which was just so gorgeous, where he talked about the fact that I'd written nearly 45,000 questions in that time. And he said at least 10 of which were about Amelia Earhart or Amy Johnson.
I still always get that one wrong.
Or Rumble in the Jungle versus Thriller and Manila.
Yeah, still always get that one wrong too.
And the capital of New Zealand, is it on the North Island or the South Island? And what is it?
Yeah, I need my team for me because I always opt out of geography because I'm so crap at geography.
You're not even going to have a guess.
South Island, Wellington.
North Island, Wellington. Half a point. It's funny, there's so many questions like those that I ask every other year or so, and people still get them wrong. So I say, I'll keep asking these questions until everybody gets it right.
But they don't because there's new people that join the quiz. I mean, if you think over the last year...
No, but even the regulars don't get it right.
No, but I'm just saying, going back to the quiz being a great community place, we've got new teams that are now regulars that have joined in over the last year or two.
Oh, definitely. It's great. And Ross said a few words as well, thanking me for all my hard work and for my abuse over the years that I've both given out and taken.
Yeah, I apologise. Most of it comes from me.
And Amy presented me with a beautiful big bunch of flowers. And then Naomi brought a cake which had the number 15 in it, candles. And they'd actually bought 2 cakes, which they cut up and shared with all the quizzers, which was just so lovely. It was, I was really, really overwhelmed for the next 24 hours or so. I was just smiling, going, I can't believe what happened. It was so nice.
It was a very special evening. And because we're around special people, that's why. Absolutely.
I said to you, this wouldn't happen in some places, you know, in some pubs and with some families, and, you know, people just go, oh, well done, 15 years, you know, round of applause, and that would be it.
I think it's a good advert for San Pedro in particular, but Marbella. I mean, people don't realise that although we got the Costa del Sol and it seems like this is a huge place, it's not. It's like a village. You know, it's got like a village feel to it. So everybody sort of knows everybody, or people that know somebody will know somebody else. So, you know, you can quite easily get to know quite a lot of people.
Yeah. And there was somebody at the quiz who left Marbella a good few years ago, Seb. He was here on holiday with a few people and he said, we have to go to Hannah's Hoganstand quiz on Thursday. And he didn't know that it was the 15-year anniversary. And I don't think the rest of his team were that bothered about quizzing, but Seb really, really wanted to go, which is really nice.
Yeah, so it's good that even people that have been away for a long time still come back and do the quiz.
Yeah, nice. The next day, Friday, sadly, you weren't very well. You went to bed to have a little bit of a rest and never got up again.
Well, I did get up again. I didn't die.
Yeah, but not on... Oh, God, don't say that, for God's sake. But you didn't on Friday get up again.
No, it was really weird. I wasn't ill. I wasn't like, I didn't have a cold. I just know that I didn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
And I was very tired and, kept wanting to go to sleep and felt exhausted. Nothing came out, but I know...
Nothing came out. Sorry. It came out of where?
Well, it wasn't that type of illness. It wasn't gastric.
No.
Nothing sneaked out.
Good.
But I did feel much better the following day having had just a rest. So sometimes you just got to listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
If it's telling you, rest, don't go out and have fun, which you did.
Yeah.
I didn't. I stayed
felt
in.
all right.
Yes, and I watched the World Cup draw instead, which was bizarre.
Yeah, you said it was really weird. Trump ended up dancing to the YMCA.
Yeah, I think I woke up this morning having nightmares about the World Cup draw. It was the most weirdest thing I've seen on TV for a long time.
I mean, of all the bands and songs to play to kind of celebrate the draw of the World Cup, Village People and YMCA wouldn't be one that I'd think of.
No, and then Trump sort of doing this really odd dance to it at the end was, yes, it's etched in my brain and I can't get rid of it.
Well, you missed a fantastic night. A group of us went to Moonlight Bar, which is part of the Sunset Beach Hotel in Benalmadena, so it's quite a trek. But we go there every year, have been for quite a few years, to watch Ricky Lavazza's Christmas Cracker. Ricky Lavazza is a Welsh singer on the Costa del Sol that's been here for many years. He does
It's not his fault.
Oh, stop it. He does a great Tom Jones, he does a great Elvis Presley, and he is just a generally really fantastic singer and great entertainer, great showman. He also does the show with Karen Danzig, who is a good friend of ours, who is the person who leads my choir, the Del Sol Singers, and Emma Louisa, who is Ricky's daughter. And we've seen her grow up over the years, as they do. We used to watch her when she was a little girl, and now she's 19 and stunning.
Well, I saw a photo and I just said, was Taylor Swift there?
Well, funnily enough, when he introduced her, he said, ladies and gentlemen, Taylor Swift, which is hilarious. And both Karen and Emma had the most beautiful dresses. They did lots of costume changes. They both look stunning. And all three of them just incredible. I'm banging on about it, but amazing voices. I said to Bill, who's Karen's partner, who I was sitting with, the control that they have in their voices, they're not just singing the notes. They're not just singing in tune. The control is stunning to watch.
It took me a long time to teach them how to do that and how to hold that. I mean, it was difficult at times, but eventually they got it.
Yeah.
And now I'm happy to just let them off the leash and go and do what they do best.
Spread their wings.
Yes.
Ricky Lavazza famously, during his productions each year, he often ends up sitting on one of the men's laps in the front row.
I think it's more a knee than a lap.
Okay, knee.
It's not a lap dance.
No, it's not a lap dance. So it's been Roger a few times, and it's been my dad.
That sounds so wrong. You can't use the same sit on a lap and Roger in the same...
Okay. Anyway, this year he sat on my knee, so I somehow had managed to turn him. He's gone the other way. It was very funny, but he did do it, and I managed to capture it on video. He went up to my dad and tickled under his chin, and then pointed at his chin, and to encourage my dad to tickle him back.
Did your dad tickle him back?
Oh, he did. Yes, he complied.
That's another side of your dad I don't know.
I know.
Lots comes out.
It was brilliant. Very, very funny. And there was a really emotional moment. Ricky and his daughter Emma sung The Prayer, which is such a beautiful song, that was by Andrea Bocelli and Celine Dion.
Oh, I thought it was Duran Duran.
No, not that. Save a Prayer.
Okay.
Numpty. And some of it's sung in Italian, and it's just such a emotive song. And it was one of Mum's favourites, and it was also significant when her mum died. So yeah, I was in floods of tears watching that.
Bit like I was watching the World Cup draw.
Yeah, so we were still kind of together. Thankfully, I was so pleased that you felt better when waking up on Saturday morning. I was so concerned that you were going to wake up with full-on flu or something. I slept in the spare bedroom this time, which is a rarity.
Yeah, I was confused at what was going on because I was sort of drifting in and out of sleep, and you came home and then you disappeared. And then I heard a big bang.
Yeah, the microphone fell off the thing.
So yeah, even if I was asleep, I was awake by then.
Oh, I'm sorry. You offered to go in the spare room and I said, no, don't be silly. You're comfy and warm in that bed.
I was comfy and warm.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely fine. But thankfully, you woke up feeling absolutely fine on Saturday, which is great because we had brunch booked.
A very, very special brunch, I might add.
Oh.
In a new place that we haven't been to before.
But we are definitely going to again. Sava Lounge, it's called, SAVVA, and it's on Avenida de la Constitución. So where Pub Charles was, which is now a 24-hour Asian supermarket, if you keep walking up that road towards the mountains, if you like, it's just up there on the right-hand side.
It used to be an Italian restaurant called Il Pronto.
Incontro.
That's what I said.
Yeah. And so Sava Lounge started as a shisha bar. And at night, it is a shisha bar and they do fabulous cocktails and things. But the woman who owns the place, Tao, is American with Vietnamese heritage. And we were chatting to her. She was so nice. And she really kindly offered us brunch. She contacted us through the San Pedro guide and invited us to come and try brunch there, which was really nice. And she just said that she felt sad that her place was shut during the day and wanted to make use of it and open it for brunch. And she really loves her food like us. So she wanted to get some really nice food in there. They've got a great chef, a Belgian guy called Steph the Chef.
Steph the Chef.
And he thought you looked like Nicolas Cage.
Yes, he did. I told you not to touch the bunny.
Is that from Con Air?
Yes.
I thought so. Yes, it's been said quite a few times over the years, but it hasn't been said for a while. So you were like, oh, that's nice.
It's good to know that I'm regressing back into Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, fair enough. Once he said it, he kept sort of looking at you. It's like he said it was really distracting. There you go. Big Nicolas Cage fan. And we are now big fans of Sava Lounge. My goodness. So we tried some things that we'd never had before. So we've seen on various shows like Somebody Feed Phil when he's in American cities. There's a thing like American waffles where they have like fried chicken on waffles with maple syrup drizzled on top, which all seems really kind of extravagant and American. And it was on the menu and we were like, we have to try it. And oh my goodness.
Yeah, we lost our American waffle virginity at Sava Lounge. And I am so pleased we did.
Yeah.
So she made it clear that they home bake most of their stuff or homemade most of the stuff. So all the sauces and things, apart from maple syrup and stuff, obviously, but the waffles were made on site.
Mm-hmm.
And just incredible.
So good, the flavours. And we had an Eggs Benedict served in a croissant, which is really different. Again, stunning flavours, all the flavours of Eggs Benedict, but with like a lightly toasted croissant. It really worked, didn't it?
Yeah, with a beautiful hollandaise sauce.
Yeah.
And potato wedges. And we had some avocado with ours as well. It all comes with some greens on it as well. Very well presented.
Yeah, beautiful.
And delicious. And 2 poached eggs. And the prices, 11, 12 euros.
Yeah, we couldn't believe it. Really, really reasonable. And French toast, she suggested that we had a savoury one each and then shared a sweet one. And it's more than we'd normally eat, to be fair. But amazingly, even though we were full afterwards, because we'd walked there from home, not long after we left and started walking, we weren't like uncomfortably full, which really shows that it's good quality food.
And homemade. You know, it's not all like laced with stuff that's just there to fill you up or whatever.
Yeah.
It was really good quality, as you said.
So this French toast was quite frankly the best French toast we'd ever had, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't really had French toast much. You're a big fan and used to have it quite regularly for breakfast, didn't you, at different places?
At different places, yeah, I tried it.
And I had it here and it was like having a big pancake.
It was stunning. And it was so hot inside. I don't know how they managed to do it, but it was gorgeous. And then Steph the Chef came along and said, I just bought you a little bit of banana bread to try.
I think it's because I look like Nicolas Cage you did that. We wouldn't have got that if I didn't.
No, absolutely. Well done you. And the banana bread was
the
out
best
of this world.
Yeah. So loads of people during COVID went on this thing about making banana bread, didn't they?
Yeah, I tried it a few times.
But this was so
much better than
it was a different level to anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just moist, it was beautiful and light.
Seriously good. And the coffee they served, interestingly, was in a glass, but it's like a glass within a glass, and it keeps the coffee really hot, but when you're holding it, it's cold to hold.
Yeah, because so many times recently we've gone to get a coffee and they're all arty cups and everything, but you go to pick it up, it's like, it's hot. And then you have to leave it to cool down, and then by the time it's cooled down, it's too cold to drink. So, yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, so absolutely raving about it, not because it was complimentary, but because it was absolutely fantastic. And friends of ours have already been there today.
Posting pictures.
Yeah, and we cannot wait to go back. On the way home, we heard someone making a noise on a microphone on the boulevard, so we went over to have a look, and there was this massive poster that was on the floor of the boulevard, an interactive map of Spain, which looked really fun. We would have stayed longer, but we both needed the loo, so we needed to go home, unfortunately. But there were QR codes all over this map of Spain with 80 questions, 80 different questions.
If we hadn't gone home quite quickly, there would have been more than QR codes on the map.
I don't think it's there anymore, which is a shame. I mean, it was obviously connected to a company.
Well, it was for Constitution Day. That's why.
For Ankle Arenas was the company.
Yeah, but it was because the bank holiday on Saturday was Dia de Constitution.
Right.
So that's why it was all done.
We went to a place called Gastronom Market that we saw on a corner, and we were like, oh, what's that? And we went in and they had Russian, Ukrainian, Georgian, Armenian products.
Yeah, so there was like vodka from all of those places.
Wines
from there as well. Then they had a frozen counter where they did Ukrainian and Georgian sort of foods and things.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, difficult for us because we obviously don't know any of the products, so we're not about to spend 20 euros on an Armenian bottle of wine because we have no idea. But if you know those products, or if you're from those countries, or if you've got friends coming over from those countries, then great place to go.
Yeah, well, I did send a photo of something frozen in there to my Ukrainian friend at work, and she did send it back saying, oh my God, it's whatever it's called. So yeah, she knew exactly what
excited,
it was straight away.
Yeah.
And one interesting thing though, we struggled ages ago when we were trying to make stuffed vine leaves to get the vine leaves to roll them up in, like the ones that are already sort of in the jar.
Yeah.
And they had a massive jar of them, so we know where to get that from now.
Yeah. We also popped into the old Pub Charles, which is now a 24-hour Asian supermarket. And initially, we started on the right-hand side of the shop, and we're walking along going, there's tampons, there's shampoo, and it would just seem like a normal convenience store supermarket. But then around the other side, on the left-hand side, there was loads of Asian products, some really good things.
And British product. There was Heinz soup in there as well.
Yeah. So quite a lot. And the fact that it's 24 hours is brilliant. And it didn't seem crazy expensive either.
No. I don't know if they've got everything in there yet, but there wasn't any sort of fresh produce. There wasn't any sort of vegetables and things.
No.
But it's great, if you go home and you think, oh, bugger, I forgot tin tomatoes or whatever, or something more important, you can just nip out there and get it 24 hours a day.
I know.
If you're doing midnight cooking, you know where to go.
And on our walk home, I have to say the weather has been stunning this weekend. And I was walking down and could see the orange trees in front of me with the blue sky.
They weren't orange.
No, the trees with oranges on them.
Okay.
Against the blue sky, and was just like, wow, this is winter in Spain. I mean, it was just glorious.
How lucky are we to live here?
Very, very.
And share it with special people.
Exactly. Saturday night was the Del Sol Singers' first Christmas choir performance at the Harbour, which is advertised as the Christmassiest. How do you say it?
The Christmiest. How do you say it?
No, the Christmassiest. That was good. What was that?
Whatever I just said.
Christmassiest. Christmassiest.
Christmassiest. The most Christmas.
The most Christmassy place. That's it.
That'll do.
The most Christmassy place in Marbella. That's how they advertise themselves. And it is really stunning. I mean, it's stunning any time of year, to be honest. They always have lots of flowers everywhere and it's beautiful, but it's covered in Christmas lights. It's really gorgeous. And I took a really nice picture of the sky before we got to Harbour with the palm trees silhouetting and, just gorgeous skies this time of year. So the singing went well, did it?
It was all right. It was very good, and lots of people were commenting how lovely it was, a great sound. It sounds like Christmas.
Oh, nice.
You all did very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a lovely atmosphere. It was quite hot in there, but it was really, really nice atmosphere. Lots of people having, their Christmas parties and getting together. So lots of people were filming us and taking photos and yeah, nice. And then after that, we went to the Chinese in San Pedro. We went to Nuevo Siglo.
Yeah, it's our favourite Chinese restaurant in San Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a big group of us that went there. We love the lettuce with the meat in. And he did tell us what it was called. What is it called?
I don't know. I looked it up and I thought that's not what he said, because I looked it up. I was going to mention it. And it said on the internet were 3 words, and I'm sure he said 2 words.
Oh.
So I don't know. Chang Pao.
That sounds like you're taking a piss.
Oh, no, I'm really not. But it sounds something like that. So, yes, we had the meat and lettuce. We also had duck pancakes.
Oh, okay.
Duck pancakes. And you can have it sliced or shredded.
What? Fried? What's fried?
You just look like a horse.
Well, you sounded like one saying that.
Didn't I say it properly?
No, you went fried.
Your face. Sliced. Didn't
That's the word.
Okay.
Sliced.
Oh, I need to listen back. I thought it sounded normal. Sliced crispy duck or shredded. And we went for shredded. And
I feel that shredded should be how it's served. Most places say shredded crispy duck.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's how we had it, and it was lovely. And then we just had to go to Hogan Stand just for a quick one on the way home.
It's a done thing. You've got to have a nightcap at Hogan Stand.
Yeah. Paul Hull was singing, and he's great. We love Paul.
Yes, even though he had horrendous flu, he still battled on.
Bless him, as we left, he said he was really struggling with the throat, but you couldn't tell. He sounded brilliant. So today, we have had quite the day. We went to pick up a second-hand fridge freezer from a friend of ours, Debbie. She was selling on behalf of a client of hers who was selling all the stuff in his house, most of it hardly ever used. And we picked up a Billy bargain, quite a few things we got.
Yeah, so our main fridge is fine, our fridge freezer, touch wood. But we have one in the utility room just for drinks. But it's never really been that cold, has it?
No.
Ever since we got it, it's been a bit shit. So I've always been on the lookout for a new one. But our hand was a bit forced because the other one just stopped working. I went in to get ice once and I put my finger in it and it was just water.
Yeah, not good. And it went everywhere, didn't it? So we managed to get rid of it and we managed to replace it. And we've got a new TV for downstairs.
Yeah, so we've got a nice TV downstairs, but it's not a smart TV. She was also selling on behalf of her client a Samsung Smart TV, which was a bigger screen. So it's not bigger in frame, but it's a bigger screen than what we've got downstairs.
Okay.
So got that, and that's going to be wall mounted now as opposed to sitting on top of a cabinet.
And we've got a rug for the first time for our living room.
Yeah, because I've always harped on about a rug in the winter because you sit there and your feet are on the marble and it makes you cold. So we've now got a nice warming rug, which will double up as a scratch pad for the cat, no doubt.
I know, I'm really nervous about that. So Dad came with us because he was picking up some stuff for Sheila, who kept buying more and more stuff.
Every time it phone pinged, every time Debbie put something up, it was like, Sheila, I'll have that.
I'll take it. I'll take it. So Dad was helping you with the fridge because it was a bit of a nightmare trying to get it into the...
Well, more than a nightmare. You've got to go through like a normal doorway, but it's at an angle. So about, I don't know, a foot inside the door is a massive white unit, which we have all of our stuff on, basically. It's lots of shelves and things. And it wouldn't quite fit past this unit. No matter what angle we did, it wouldn't fit. And I tried moving the unit and I nearly burst something, I think. It just didn't budge.
No.
And we had a lot of stuff on it. So we had to literally take everything off the unit.
So
and
that's
there's a lot of stuff on there.
A lot of stuff. So that's what we've been doing today. So we took everything off the unit, then we cleaned the unit, then we cleaned everything that we took off the unit in order to put back. So that's pretty much taken all day.
Yeah, and I did most of it, but then it was kick-off time for Crystal Palace, so I left you to it.
What do you mean you did most of it? I think I did most of it.
We did most of it, and then I went to watch Crystal Palace play Fulham.
Yes, you did. But we also had a lovely lunch at Urban.
Yes, we did. And we haven't eaten at Urban for a long time, actually. And I've got to say, their menu was really good.
It was really good. We were really surprised because we'd invited Dad round for lunch, but then we had so much to do in the house, and I think he was getting a bit peckish. So he said, should we just go out to eat? Because we'd covered the hob that you would have needed to cook with all this stuff from our pantry.
That was going to be a long time to cook.
Yes.
So,
yeah, so we went there. We were going to go to La Fria, but it was absolutely packed, and there was like a half an hour queue.
Yeah, there were people waiting.
Which is amazing for this time of year.
Yeah, well, it's I said, it was a bank holiday yesterday, and it's bank holiday weekend because it's bank holiday tomorrow as well. So
really cool to see lots of people. Yeah, lots of people in the restaurants on that whole road. So yeah, we went to Urban and we shared a plate of loaded nachos.
Yeah, and your dad had quesadilla. But yeah, a really good sort of mixture of food. And I managed to see on the TV the last 4 laps of the Grand Prix to see Lando Norris become world champion.
Exciting.
Yes, it's like I've had the best weekend ever of sport.
It's been pretty good. A couple of earthquakes we've had this week, apparently. The earth didn't move for me, did it for you? No. Like 4.2 on the Richter scale means wow. But it was in Fuengirola, Calahonda, Marbella and beyond. They felt it in Mijas and Nerja, apparently.
Who felt it? Did anyone feel it?
Apparently.
Did people on Facebook say, I felt it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah. There's been 2 in a week. I've never felt an earthquake here, and there's been quite a few over the years. Well, I mean, they're mild, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we live on a fault line in the Straits of Gibraltar between Morocco and here, so there's always earthquake. There's an app you can get, and it shows you like minor earthquakes and all that sort of thing. And I think there's stuff going off every day.
Well, that's worrying.
No, but they're only small. They're mild, and I don't think there's been a major one. The last major one Spain had, I think, was in that village in north of Spain. I just can't remember what it's called now, but they had quite a bad one there.
Oh, okay.
And that was while I've been here. Right.
But there's never been bad ones in the south, has there?
No, I don't think so. They've had bad ones in Morocco, obviously.
Yeah, okay. A couple of articles to mention from the Euro Weekly News, our collaborators. There was a piece talking about 10 key Christmas foods that have skyrocketed in Spain in terms of price in recent years. Turkey is one of them. We notice it every year, how blooming expensive it is to buy a turkey at Christmas. Sea bass has also gone up in price.
Yeah, now it's very confusing with sea bass because there's actually 2 prices on sea bass. So I'm not a fan of farmed fish for many reasons, but normally because they put antibiotics in it and loads of other gunk and shit that goes in there. So I always try and get line caught or captura or whatever it is, just fresher fish. You can buy normal sea bass. It's called lubina in Spain, and it's one price and it's quite cheap. And then sometimes they have other sea bass there, and you look at it and think, that looks a bit different and nicer and shinier, and the eyes are clearer and stuff. And that's twice, if not triple the price per kilo.
Because it's line caught.
Because it's not farmed. And it's a moan I have quite a lot. When I was growing up, we had a local butcher. So all of the meat was sourced locally. We had greengrocers. All the fruit and veg was sourced and grown locally. We had supermarkets, but we didn't have these sort of Asda-style supermarkets then. So everything was high street or very local. And now it's just all done for money. How can we get more fish? Let's farm it. And it doesn't matter about the quality. People will eat it. They don't care. Doesn't matter if it gives them cancer. We'll just keep giving it to them. So what used to be the norm when I was growing up, as in organic food, because that was a normal food, we didn't have anything else, has now become a premium to get. And they've labelled it organic and said, well, if you want food that hasn't been played around with, you've got to pay a lot more for it.
It's disgusting, isn't it? Because we mentioned it on the podcast, I remember, but a few months ago we were at a local fish market, and you'd assume that, because they often say, oh, this fish was caught this morning and things like that, which is great. And we asked them about salmon, because in the supermarkets you can't buy line-caught salmon. It is all farmed.
It's wild salmon. So, in the UK, you used to be able to buy wild salmon, which was Scottish salmon, basically.
But they said in the market you cannot buy line-caught salmon in Spain.
No, it's illegal. Everything has to be farmed.
Which is shocking.
Yeah.
And really disappointing. There was also something that they mentioned in the Euro Weekly News that I hadn't heard of that I thought would be a lovely thing for people to do at Christmas. Mijas Pueblo has a charity Christmas tree route for Caritas, which is a big local charity here. And it's the 10th year running. It's called the Ruta de los Árboles Solidarios, which is basically the route of the charity Christmas trees. And you go to Mijas Pueblo, so that's up in the village, not on the coast. And there were pictures of these stunning Christmas trees with all decorated differently. Some are made out of have been knitted together with different things or crocheted, and I mean absolutely gorgeous. So that would be a really lovely thing to do. I don't think we've got time, but maybe people listening to the podcast might want to do it.
It's worth sort of having a look, especially in places like the Euro Weekly News, because they're great at covering sort of things that are going on. And there's lots of different Christmas fairs, there's Christmas charity events like this. So yeah, do check it out, because there's loads of things that are a bit different to what you would normally do.
And another thing they mentioned, which I thought we should definitely mention, pantomime. Again, very rare in Spain because it's definitely not a Spanish thing, but they do a pantomime every year at the Salon Varieties in Fuengirola, and this year's is Jack and the Beanstalk, and it's running from Friday the 19th to the 23rd of December, and then again from January the 2nd to the 5th. So if you love a bit of pantomime, that would be the place to do it. That's the way to do it. Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it's not.
He's behind you.
Who is?
Nobody. It's just the thing they say.
Oh.
That is it from us.
I think we've covered loads today.
I think we've covered loads today. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.